Hello and welcome to JP's LEGO Reviews. Today we are looking at the LEGO Star Wars UCS A-Wing Starfighter. The set number on this set is 75275. The recommended age rating for this set is 18 and up. And the set comes with 1,673 pieces. So let's break it down. So here's the stand and minifigure. Now let's look at the stand first. Now here's the information plaque of the A-Wing. If you want to see more, please pause the video. Also, this section rests the A-Wing. So the A-Wing rests onto this so that basically it can be displayed on the stand. Also, this construction is made of Technic bricks and Technic beams to give it more strength. Also, here is another place where you can put the stand as well, so it can be swapped if you want it to be in a slightly different place. Now, let's move on to the minifigure. Now, here's the A-Wing pilot. As you can see, he has a helmet, torso, and legs. Now, as you can see, his torso, waist, and legs have a lot of printing, and it's very accurate, actually. Like, it's very detailed, and I appreciate that from a UCS set. Now, there is actually no printing on either side, and that's kind of fair enough. Like, he's not a very important character. And then you have the back printing here as well, which I do appreciate. It's not just that, though. I also like the fact that the helmet is very detailed. Like, it's extremely detailed for a helmet. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff they did. Like they had all sorts of printing just everywhere. And now let's see the secondary face. Now here is his secondary facial expression. He looks more scared. Now, I can't remember exactly what part of the movie was that, but I do appreciate a different emotion. I also just, it doesn't really, the facial expression looks great, and the minifigure still looks as great as ever. So, let's move to the build. So, here is the set in its entirety. Now, you can just really appreciate all the detailing as we just move it around. And honestly, I think this is surprisingly one of my favorite UCS sets ever. Like, I own quite a few of them, and this one it's actually simple, but really enjoyable. Like, there's a bunch of detail there, and I actually like the fact that there's a bit of Technic exposed. Now, I believe they did that on purpose because they wanted you to see the good side of the Technic, but also it shows the functions as well. Well, it shows you what supposedly are the functions. Now, this is a massive sticker, by the way. Meanwhile, I believe these are prints. Now, I just actually saw this just now. They're not 100% accurate. Like, they do overlap, but that is a print. Here you have the guns as well. And also, you have this section. And I loved building this. This was, I think, one of my favorite sections of the ship. Now, let's also look at it from a front-on review. It looks great here as well. And let's spin it back around. Yeah, this set looks pretty great. So what can you actually do with this set, though? It is a UCS set, and there are a few functions you can do. So let's now discuss them. Firstly, you have the guns. They move up and down. And they're on a sort of hinge, so like you can't push it further down than this. And I do appreciate that. But what I find funny is that it actually is for both. They're linked with a bunch of Technic pieces, so they move simultaneously. And that's a really cool feature. And as I was building it, it was something really interesting I just wanted to mention. Also, you can take the cockpit off, well, the glass off. I can't remember, but I believe it's the cockpit. You have a seat that can recline. it looks like leather to me, but like a tan leather. Also, you have a joystick over here which doesn't move, and you also have this nice printed piece. Yeah, there's the printed piece as well, and I think the target is, we can't see what it is for now. And then let's move on to these flaps. On both the bottom and top ones, you can really adjust them by about 60 degrees. So, for example, let's walk over here. This is them on a complete straight, and this is them as far folded as possible. Now, the perfect balance is something more like this, where there's a bit of angledness to it. Actually, it's more like, I think I had it like this originally. And also, as we move down, you can do the same thing here. And I actually really appreciate that. Now, yeah. Also, if you didn't know, this wheel thing moves. So that's another feature. And also, if you want to display it in a slightly different way, what you're going to do is pull it to your left. And it's not the best way to display it because it's not that sturdy. But what that should do, in theory, is it should be completely level, as you can see. But the thing is, there's a lot of weight, and it's actually designed to be on a tilt. So when you are looking at it, you see more of the top section and less of the side, and I do appreciate that. Also, but you can, for example, display it. Let's push it back up for a minute. You can display it like this, but it actually makes it a bit weak as well. There's a pretty decent chance that it will tip over because it's actually meant to be displayed, in my opinion. Like, this is what I've found over the years. Yeah, it's not that hard to push it down, and honestly, I prefer it anyway on a tilt like this. Now, let's move on to the instruction manual. So here is the instruction manual. Now, as you start, you get to know a bit about the design team and basically how they designed the thing. They got the facts about the actual thing, and here's a A-wing in blue. You also have a I can't remember, Nebulon B frigate, I think. Actually, and also you have the A-wing. Yeah, this is not the Nebulon B frigate. Sorry for that. X-wings, A-wing here. Like, this is the Rebel fleet. Also, you have another A-wing and an actual model of it that's made of, I believe, metal. And then you have a designer in the building stages of it. And also, you get your stages of building. And on the other side of the instructions, let's see this. They no longer include the list of other UCS sets released, which I actually really like that about UCS sets. Also, I really think this is cool, and I think LEGO should implement it in more sets. If you don't realise what that is, and let me just zoom in real quick. That's actually a comic of the LEGO A-Wing, and I really think this is a detail I want to see in plenty more LEGO sets, both UCS and non-UCS in the future. So, let's get to my final thoughts. So, what are my final thoughts? I think it's a great display set and a great build. I think the price is a tiny bit overpriced. In Australia, it retails for $330, and I think $300 would have been just fine for this. But that's a little bit of a nitpick. Other than that, it's really a great set, and I actually rate it 5 out of 5 stars, because even though the price is a bit iffy, you can find it on sale today in Australia, and I actually got this for 20% off. And honestly, it's a really good display set. I really enjoyed the build, and if you're on the fence, just get it, especially because it may be retiring soon. This is honestly a set that I didn't expect to... I like UCS sets, I wanted to get this one, But honestly, it's a bit shocking because I didn't expect this to be as good as it was. Yes, there's a few annoying stickers here and there that require some precision, and I forgot to say, yeah, this was a sticker that really should have been printed because it's hard to apply. But other than that, that's it. And I really think this is one of the best sets LEGO has made in 2020. So there's my thoughts. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and if you like the video, then smash the like button. Have a great day, and yeah, keep building.